This is in response to Billy's talking points memo from Wednesday, June, what was it, 17th, 16th, 2015, perhaps the best reason to leave the United States. Now remember, Billy said he was going to leave the United States if his taxes went up, and Obama raised his taxes by about this much. Remember, they had one of those sequestration, I guess that's what it was, things in 2010, 2011, something like that. There was a little bit of a compromise, a little bit of a tax raise, but Billy had said he was going to leave the United States if his taxes were raised. Wonder what the taxes, where's he going to go? But, so now he wants to say a great reason to leave the United States is because we're close to $18 trillion in debt. And of course, 7 trillion, are the fault of Obama. And of course, it's not only Obama, it's the Democrats' fault, because the Democrats are tax and spend. And the Republicans, of course, the deficit seems to go up much greater in Republican times. Unemployment seems to go up much less when Republicans are in control. So now, the reason, and it was almost another sophomoric attempt by Billy to say the sky is falling. Every single day he's got to come up with some type of right-wing smear tactic to go against the Democrats. We've known about this deficit, the debt, for a long, long time. The deficit scowls have been screaming about it since Obama took office. They never said anything about it when Bush was in office, though Bush increased it incredibly. And remember, we're going to be paying about $3 trillion, or possibly even $4 trillion to cover the costs of the Iraq war. And because of the instability that we created, now there seems to be much more instability in the Middle East as a result of taking out Saddam. It goes to show what happens with unintended consequences. Sometimes the devil you know is much better than the devil you don't know. But getting back to the debt, so it's high. We've known about this for a long time, and this is one of the great reasons why we have someone like Paul Krugman and many other economists who are saying this is the time we need to invest in America. This is the time that we need to work on our infrastructure repairs. This is the time we need to invest in education, because interest rates are exceptionally low, and we can borrow at an incredibly low rate and do some of the things that we've been meaning to do for years, but no Republican is willing to do that in any way, shape, or form. They won't even do anything to help their own shit going on in their own territories. Of course, the highway transportation bill was kicked down the road for a couple months. We'll see what happens under that. But this is what you get with right-wing thinking and people like Billy on Fox News. It's the sky is falling, the Democrats are bad, it's all the Democrats' fault, it has nothing to do with the Republicans, and because it's so bad, you should leave the country. Now remember, Billy is using this to scare people into thinking that if they elect a Democrat, there's going to be high interest rates. And of course, if there's high interest rates, according to Billy, then we won't be able to borrow money, and people will not invest in the United States, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, interest rates will go up, and we're going to be in another shithole. And of course, Billy thinks that we're heading for that shithole every single day. And the only thing he can do is blame the Democrats. Now, let's just get back to the debt itself. I went to the, was it the Congressional Budget Office? And took a look at those numbers. I can't remember which one I went to and looked at. You know, the debt is very manageable. It has been high for a long period of time. Remember, we have, I don't quite remember how it gets to be a $17 trillion. But remember, this is a $17 trillion economy. We are the safest bastion of money in the world. People far and wide will invest their money in the United States because it is the safest place to invest. They will give us money, and then they will pay us to keep that money there. That's what it has come to. And Billy doesn't seem to understand that. We need to keep the United States a very strategically, economically strong country where the government it has strength because it has economic strength. Because we're not going to do it with military strength anymore to a great extent around the world. Our economic strength is what's going to dictate how we want to be the major player in the world. And Billy doesn't want that to happen in a Democratic administration, only in a Republican administration. So go somewhere else. All right. When in whatever country you go to, remember they're investing their money in the United States because it has the safest place to put your money. As I said, a very sophomoric attempt by Billy. Really stupid all the way around. I just can't fathom why people think that way.